Hey guys, this is Dksmyles and welcome back to another episode of Skyforge. Now, you can probably tell right now I'm actually on my desktop. The reason is I have been trying to log into Skyforge literally all day. They had an update this morning where they took the servers down, and I was going to make a new video this morning, but unfortunately that didn't work out very well, so I had to go to work. As well as I just barely got on, and I was trying to log into Skyforge when, well, they've got queue times right now, and I'm like place number 200, and it's going down super slow. So I decided to come out with a short little video. This will only be a couple minutes long, but they came out with an update on the Skyforge website talking about what you need to do after you hit your spark limit during the week. Now, as I've been exploring and talking to different players in the forums, one of the biggest problems that people come out with is this spark limit that we have. As you play the game and you slowly grind out those nodes that you receive and those different sparks, you'll eventually hit a limit. I've heard people hitting it within 2 days, people hitting it in about a week, and I've also heard a lot of different insights on how that limit will increase every week, depending on certain terms and conditions with your character. Well, the Skyforge developers, they listened to what the players were talking about, and so I wanted to come out with this and kind of go over a little brief overview of what they're talking about right here. This is what you can do for further progression after you hit your spark limit. So I just want to point out real quick, so these are for traditional MMO players. Those people that run through and they grind and think that questing is the only way to progress your character, or battling and defeating monsters is the only way that you can get your progress up, or unlocking those nodes in each other's atlas, in your Ascension Atlas. So they're talking about that most players would hit about 2,500 to 3,500 right here prestige but then they would hit these limits. But they noticed that within the first week that there were some players that were getting to about 5k to 7k prestige. And they were talking about how that's almost 2 times higher than the hard cap. That I love how they put air quotes hard cap on the prestige. And so what these players found out is that prestige doesn't just come from the Ascension Atlas and the equipment. You know, when you're playing the game, it'll pop up many times telling you where your prestige comes from. But there are so many players out there that think it's only the Ascension Atlas and your equipment, but they completely forget about the order. Now, me personally, I haven't unlocked my order yet, so I don't know too much into that, but I have been reading over it and over it, trying to learn more and more. As you know, for those that play the game, we get these sparks of insight that help us unlock our upper Ascension Atlas. Well, you'll eventually hit that limit for the week, which is the developers and the game telling you that you need to go out and you can progress in different ways, and that you should go and progress things such as your order. So they talk about this. I like this little diagram right here. So they're talking about how there's different kinds of resources that you can get into the game to build up your orders. And so I kind of understand this little diagram right here, so I'm going to try my best to explain it to you guys. So when you go out and you can go out and you can send out your adepts or your followers to go do specific missions for you, but it's not just that. You can also yourself, you can go out and collect necessary resources needed to complete these missions that your adepts, your followers need to have in order to grow your order in your temple. So the first thing that you talk about is they had yellow resources, and that is for gathering other resources. Okay, so when you go out and you see these different missions that you can send your adepts on, or that you can go on, or these adventures that you have to complete, you'll see these yellow ones that will give you supplies and ammo. Now, the supplies allows your followers to go and develop your order, grow it, which in turn grows your followers, which in turn, the more followers you get, the higher level that your temples can go. And then you've also got ammo, which you can send out to go do combat missions, which then gives you gifts, which then helps your temple rank. And so as you can see right here, that's pretty much what I just described. You get supplies, you get order development, you get followers, you increase your order rank, which in turn increases your prestige. And the same thing with the combat system. And so with the developer, they kind of apologize too. They're working on it. They're going to update us on what's happening. I definitely recommend everyone going and reading this real quick. It's only a couple minutes, and I hope my brief explanation of it kind of helps. But they're teaching us that this isn't just a regular MMO. This is a game that you have to play differently. You have to develop your character more than just combat and quests, that there's other things that you have, this small little order, this temple that can grow. You're not here to become the hero in this game. You're here to become a god. And that's like the big point that we need to understand while we're playing this game. And I'm very excited to, I haven't hit my weekly cap. I want to, so that I can experience, and you don't have to hit your weekly cap in order to do these things. But I'm excited to be able to test this out and to grow my character even more. So thanks guys for watching this episode. I apologize that there's not very much going on the channel because of Skyforge's queue times. But tune in for more Skyforge videos for tomorrow. Thanks guys, see ya.